cool. It's very cool whenever your girlfriend's mom and you get along well.
No, she wasn't a girlfriend of mine.
Oh no, what?
I just drove to school with her.
Just drove.
Because she lived in
But
De
her
Leon.
mom was real nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Right. I mean, this girl was like my sister, man.
Right on.
But, anyway, her mom got me this Wii for Christmas just randomly. It was crazy. Didn't even ask me, just to stock the county, And I was like, hell yeah, I'll play it. Well, I got really into bowling and stuff. But her mom, a couple years back, ended up passing away from, I think, diabetes. But pretty young, too. She was about 50-something. But, she's got the best of her. But, good shout out to her. She's an amazing woman. God bless her.
Okay. So you have played the Wii?
Yes.
Right on.
The Wii is amazing. Everything was into the story.
Okay.
No, that wasn't a story.
Oh. Okay, what's your story?
So what the hell's up with Ed?
Okay. And, let's see, last night, man. Look, today, a friend of mine comes by and he wants to put some rims, switch out some rims on his golf cart, right?
Yeah.
Wants to put these big custom rims on one golf cart. It works, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, go over there. I take my whole proto tool set with me, right? I take my D-Wall. I've got a badass D-Wall electric impact. You think electric impact wrench, half-inch drive? Not going to do anything, right? No, dude, this D-Wall, bad boy.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, so I go over there with the impact wrench.
Yeah.
I go over there with a set of proto, half-inch drive, deep well impact socket.
Right.
What size do you think I needed?
But
1360.
1360.
Whichever size that son of a gun stuck in his pocket. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. And I ended up having to I was going to come back here and get a different socket, but yeah, that was the one socket missing out of the set, the one that I needed to switch those bells. So yeah, thanks, Ed. Thanks for bringing it back too. It's Sunday. He couldn't get any alcohol until afternoon today.
Yeah.
So he probably, there's no telling where he's at. What's happening with him?
I know he likes to go out.
He lost his glass eye.
Did he?
Yes. If you see it rolling around anywhere, please hold on to it. He said. That's creepy.
I know. I don't mean to be rude, but that's gonna freak me out.
I know. Could you imagine
that gives me nightmares.
What, that his eye could be anywhere?
Yeah, that stuff, disfiguredness, gives me really bad nightmares.
Hey, you know what though? Some people can't help it. Like the man.
I understand that, and God bless them. Right. I understand that.
Hey, and
but
talking about that, I used to sell cars, okay, way back when in my 20s, Russell and Smith. Well, whoa. Hey, yow.
We got some boobs.
Yeah, boobs. We both just totally forget what we're talking about here for a minute. I used to sell cars, right?
Right.
And a lady and her husband came in. And I had a lot of respect for both of them. Apparently, the man had been in some sort of a fire.
Right.
And his face was burned off. Okay. He had a lot of his skin was burned off.
Right.
Okay. So it's tough, kind of, I'm sure for him every day. But apparently they had gotten some sort of a settlement because you could tell that they were nouveau riche, with what do you call them? Rich people that just got a bunch of money. Anyway.
I don't know, rich motherfuckers.
Exactly. But she was just down talking her husband, so bad, and just bossing everybody around so bad. And
the man does all the work.
He does all the work and burnt. But apparently, he got some sort of a settlement for getting hurt on the job.
Right.
If you're listening on the East Coast, West Coast, or whatever, the point is we have a lot of chemical factories. The oil field is dangerous. Hey, how about this? Whenever you're drilling, you don't know, you hit a pocket of methane, you hit a pocket of some other kind of gas, and it explodes, and I don't know. It could be a big mess. It could be a big mess. I don't know the man's story. I didn't ask him. I'm just saying the lady was a real believer, just a real uppity up. And crazy.
Man, just the other day.
Just the other day.
Oh, just the other day. I was walking down the street, and I didn't know what to think, because I was kind of out of my own way.
And then as the glass I rolled by.
Out of his head. Cause he's out of his mind.
What you think, man?
Cause he goes tonight.
What do you think that is? I guess made out of glass.
Yeah. I bet it shattered.
I was thinking it's probably broken in a million pieces somewhere down the road.
I had a librarian back in junior high.
Right?
Gosh dang, dude, this woman.
I did too.
She was awesome. She was awesome. She had her whole knee replaced, man.
Uh-huh.
She was driving down the street one night, and her daughter was driving. It was kind of foggy where they were coming over a hill, and these teenagers had the lane or the road blocked off,
right?
Because they were racing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they come over and didn't see them, and they plowed into the cars, and it broke her leg, man. She had her whole knee replaced. But anyway, she's like.
But she was an awesome person, right?
Yeah, she was like
inspired you to read.
Mrs. Baird is where her name was.
Mrs. Baird, shout out to Mrs. Baird.
Yes.
For inspiring young minds.
But she was so strict. When she said, fucking be quiet.
You had to be with me. I don't know about you, but in class, I was going to try to cut up. I was going to try to, what do they call it? Call attention to myself one way or another anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, you know.
She had to talk.
When you're popular, you know. Or not popular, but
an A personality, like you're gonna be
like
popular or else.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was fast as fuck in high school,
right?
In junior high, in high school, you know, I was just really fast. I had a lot of energy. Mm-hmm. Well, I was ADHD.
He was running in place here, y'all.
I was ADHD, man. I still am.
Right.
But when I was a kid,
I joke with your brother Blake about having adult ADHD.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I honestly try to, sometimes I'll buy a gun just because I want him to take it apart and go through it and mess with it and rebuild it. And if I do, and when I got the Intratech,
yeah.
Hey, before I ever shot that thing, and it looked brand new, but hey, I want him to take it apart, check it out, clean it, shoot it, let me know it's good, because like I told him, if it was a motorcycle, I would check it out.
Right.
John, you check it out for me, I really appreciate it. And he did a damn up job, and I really appreciate that.
Anyway,
I'm saying,
what was I talking about? Oh, Mrs. Baird. Mrs. Baird, dude. Mm-hmm. She had a fake eye. She lost her eye in that accident.
Right.
Okay. One day she was talking to us, or yelling at us.
Right.
She had a ruler that she carried around, and she slapped my hand.
Oh.
And she was like, I said to quit talking.
Right.
You know.
That's a Catholic, that nun upbringing, dude.
Oh, yeah, man.
She was a Catholic.
She was strict, but she was so nice, you know, so kind-hearted. And I loved Gary Paulson. His books were just awesome, you know. But I wouldn't read whenever I was in the library, and she would always sit me down and make me sign the book. But she's like, why do you not read when you're in here? She goes, this is a time for reading and learning. Right. She goes, you need to sit down and learn and focus. And she would pop my hand, you know. She just slapped my hand with that damn ruler. Well, my buddy was coming up, sits down, and I'm really trying to focus this time for some reason, you know. I'm having a good focus minute. Well, he comes up, and he had to sit down, and he was my best friend, and I had to look up at him, and then she was putting books up in the shelves somewhere,
right?
And then she just silently walks up with a damn cane, and she throws the book on the table, and when she did, her eye popped out and landed on the book.
Dang.
Oh, my gosh. And she goes, can you grab that for me, please, son? And my buddy, because it rolled in his lap, and he was like, he looked at her, and he's like, Oh my gosh! It was crazy, man. When he picked it up and he like put it on the table and she goes, can you go get me the glass cleaner or my cleaner? Because you touched it, you know.
Yeah, cool.
Well, she went. She cleaned it. And she goes, "Do you want to put it back in for me?" And we're like, "No." And she goes, "Oh, I'll just do it." And she put it back in front of us. That was some crazy shit, man.
Oh, if they only had.
And she told me, she goes, "See, this is what happens when I get mad." And we never made her mad again. She made us learn.
You know, we were talking about dreams, dude. I had the strangest dream last night. Really, I did, dude. I had this dream last night that, like, me and my girlfriend were fighting, right?
Yeah.
And so we were arguing. I was like, no, don't leave. And she left anyway, right? She goes and she gets in the car. She goes to take off. And she's in like a big F-250 crew cab that's all jacked up on rims and everything, you know. And she takes off. Dude, this dream was so real. So I grab hold of the bumper of the truck, right?
Right.
And it's like dragging me, so I'm like pulling myself up underneath it, right? And I pull myself, because she's hauling ass. She's trying to get the hell away. So I pull myself up underneath the truck, like, you know, like in the movies, whenever you're like high, like way up underneath, like I was in Fast and the Furious or something, right?
Right.
And I look down and there's the road, okay? And my hands are on a pipe, okay?
Yeah.
And my feet are on a pipe, and I'm like hanging there. And I'm hanging there, and we're just driving, right?
Right.
And I'm real hot, you know? And then, you know, I figure out, hey man, I am the muffler to this damn truck, you know?
Right.
Trip. You know what? I woke up this morning. I was exhausted. Yeah, I was exhausted this morning, bro.
Man.
I was freaking exhausted.
But that was amazing. That got me going.
All right, there we go. Hey, did you ever watch a show called Keenan and Kel?
Yeah.
Here it goes, dude. Hey, I like that show. I wonder what happened to Kel Mitchell.
What happened to Kel Mitchell?
What happened to Kel Mitchell? I know he did a movie called Mystery Man and all that. I know Keenan is on Saturday Night Live now.
Right.
But Kel, I don't know. And I always liked those guys. I thought they would both go very far.
Right.
Actually, before Keenan and Kel, they did a show called All That was all kids sketch comedy. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah.
All That, and then Keenan and Kel,
Yeah.
the Keenan and Kel show.
See, I just had a debate about this the other day with my sister-in-law.
Right.
I heard, and I saw it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was watching it on TV.
Right.
And I heard that,
So it has to be true.
that Kel Mitchell died.
No.
And then, so I brought it to my sister-in-law's attention,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, no, he didn't die.
Mm.
And I was like, fuck yeah, he did.
Well, see, that was on my 4 minutes of the Wikipedia page. There's something about acting, directing, whatever, and then it said, Big Blue Blogs, you know, the service out here is not the greatest.
Yeah.
If I can get the interwebs, it's for just a minute or two.
Yeah.
You know, and it's on old technology. But yeah, it didn't say anything about him being dead on the headlines, but we're talking about.
But I don't know if he died or not, but my sister-in-law looked it up, and apparently he's just like a director now or something.
Yeah, there you go. He writes and directs and.
But I don't know. That's what I saw on TV, and I was like, what the fuck? You know, because I hadn't heard from him at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But apparently he's fucking alive and well.
Hey.
I heard he fucking died overdosing on shit.
Overdosing on something. Hey, you know, yeah, you know what? Normally that's the first rumor that happens whenever a celebrity dies. There was a young celebrity that came up whenever I was a kid named Corey Haim. There was another Corey named Corey Feldman, and they did a lot of movies together. I don't know if you ever saw The Lost Boys, a vampire movie like back in the day. It was the boy in there. They did a movie called License to Drive that was you know, pretty, I don't know, it was all right.
Apparently he overdosed on heroin, am I correct?
No, you know what happened to him?
What?
He beat drugs, okay? He beat drugs.